Well, after the success that the bet had, how will it be followed up? Well, let's find out. This video begins with Mario, Jeffy, and Rosalina eating pizza and wings. Jeffy does some stupid stuff with his eye for some reason. Rosalina tells Mario that she can't eat the food because she's vegetarian as of 5 minutes ago. Mario says to just eat the pizza, and then in a completely out of character moment, she throws her plate at the wall. For some reason. Yeah, this whole portion is just a for some reason scene. Nothing really makes sense, like how later on Rosalina wants to have an adult conversation with Mario, and it's all just her being dumb and complaining about how Mario was yelling because her and Jeffy were being stupid. Well, the video already took a hit from that beginning. Hopefully the rest of it fares better. So more than 2 minutes in, we see Jeffy on the red couch about to eat his wings, which had been covered in pepper earlier. He smells the wings and does a weird sneeze thing. Then Mario comes in asking for the remote. Jeffy says his hands don't work, and then we have another dumb scene of nothing while Rosalina talks to Mario. For some reason. And then we get to the actual plot nearly 3 minutes in, when Jeffy sneezes out his brain. Mario and Rosalina freak out and check to see if Jeffy is okay, and, newsflash you two, he sneezed his brain out! Of course he isn't okay! They call Dr. Brooklyn Guy to help fix Jeffy's problem, and Dr. Brooklyn Guy says this isn't a problem, but he brought his recycled brains bin. Mario explains what happened, and Dr. Brooklyn Guy said that you should never smell pepper directly. Okay? Dr. Brooklyn Guy is about to put Jeffy's brain back in his head, but it's really slippery and it falls into the brain bin because potatoes and plot convenience. So now they need to find out which brain is Jeffy's. And so they just go through each brain and figure out which one is his. Also, the brains were from thugs, serial killers, and maybe a president or two. Mario points to a brain that he thinks is Jeffy's, but Dr. Brooklyn Guy says that because he's a doctor that they'll be trying his first. Mario asks if this will work, and Dr. Brooklyn Guy says he's just gonna wing it. And then he poses as a laugh track plays. It's always kind of funny watching them do a laugh track joke ironically. Rosalina gets to hold open Jeffy's head, and after a couple throws, Dr. Brooklyn Guy just puts the brain in, and we instead get the brain of someone named Jamal, who, given their behavior, is probably from the hood. So they knock Jamal out with a mallet, and then try the next brain. This brain belonged to Vladimir Putis. This brain belonged to Vladimir, a Russian serial killer who doesn't use weapons because he's too good for those, and instead just chokes people to death. They try to knock him out, but he grabs the mallet and starts chasing them with it. They run away, and we have a conga line joke. Again, pretty funny. Then they realize one of them will have to be bait for Vladimir since he can choke someone, and then they'll hit him from behind with the mallet since he dropped it and, again, is too good for weapons. This is apparently Dr. Brooklyn Guy's fetish, and then he begins getting choked, and while this is happening, they knock Vladimir out. Dr. Brooklyn Guy is mildly upset by this, and they move on to the next brain. The next brain belonged to a redneck who they originally thought was a Mexican based on his sombrero and maracas, which he apparently got from Taco Bell. Why he pulled them out of thin air though? I don't know. Because potatoes. However, when the political jokes begin, they quickly have to shut him down. We fast forward 8 hours, and they were on another tech support person because apparently they had gotten a few. They knock him out, and then they're on the last brain, which has to be Jeffy's, so Dr. Brooklyn Guy calls it a day and goes home. They put the brain in Jeffy, but it's actually just some French person who begins flirting with Rosalina. Mario doesn't like this and tries knocking Jeffy out, but then it suddenly is Jeffy? Okay. Everything is fine now, and so Mario goes to eat some wings, but he smells the pepper and sneezes his brain out onto the floor. Jeffy is told to go get it, but they had dumped all the other brains onto the floor as well. And so Jeffy apparently picked Jamal's brain first, and that's where the video ends. So in the end, I want to like this video. I really do. However, there's a few problems that keep me from enjoying it. For starters, the first 2 minutes were a total waste of time, with Rosalina being out of character to the highest degree. And then them testing the brains didn't even start until after 5 minutes. This could have been set up a lot faster. I mean, just have Jeffy eating his wings alone, he spills the pepper on it, sneezes his brain out, Mario and or Rosalina go into the room to check on him, sees what has happened, and they call Dr. Brooklyn Guy, then everything continues like it would have in the normal video. That would have been a much better setup than having more than 2 minutes of virtually nothing. That being said, the jokes were funny, you know, except for the beginning. And in terms of characters, the Brooklyn guy was good, Mario was decent, and Jeffy, but mainly his alternate personalities, were great. Again, my only gripe character-wise is with Rosalina. And the execution, it could have been done better, such as a faster setup and using a couple more brains, but it was alright. It seems to be some missed potential is the big deal. So for what it's worth, it's an alright video, but due to all the problems it had, mainly boiling down to the first couple minutes of what it was essentially nothing, as well as the at best decent execution, I'm afraid I can only give this a 7.5 out of 10 or color yellow-green range rating. It tried, which is what I appreciate. Also, for those who are unaware, 5 out of 10 is average now. So a 7.5 is nothing to sneeze at. Get it? Sneeze at? Yeah, I know I'm not funny. Thank you all for watching, and take care.
Oh, why'd you stop? I mean, thank you.